reporting for TTN-HD Production Live, here with Henk van der Kolk, one of the founders of TIFF. Henk, can you tell me a little bit about how it all began?
Well, it all began because we were film producers, my partner and I, and we were sort of not taken seriously, we felt, with the big American industry to the south. We felt like poor cousins. So we said, well, why don't we start a film festival in Canada and, you know, play host to the world, if you like, get people to notice us. And that's how it started, really. It had none of the beautiful sort of academic and artistic sort of objectives. We simply were looking for a job. And of course it got completely out of hand. It got to be a wonderful thing. And it grew and it grew and it grew. But initially, actually in the first year, the Americans avoided us entirely because they didn't figure there was any need for a film festival in Toronto. We were just part of the domestic market of the United States as far as they were concerned. So they avoided us when we did go ahead, at any rate. So there were no American films in year one, and there were no Americans other than the press that we had invited, because we'd been hanging around Cannes quite a bit. And they all came, people like Charles Champlin of the LA Times and Rex Reed, etc. So they all came and went home after that first year and wagged their fingers at the American filmmakers and said, hey, you really missed out on something. So it went from there.
Wow. And how has it been watching the festival progress? Are you very excited about where it's at now?
Well, it's pretty awesome, isn't it? I mean, it now brings $175 million to the city every year. It's like a plethora of the most amazing selection of films, that many of which you'd never get a chance to see anywhere else. It's like it's become an awesome world event, and it certainly has defined, it helped define Canada. It certainly defined Toronto. Film festivals have a marvelous way of impacting on the cities that they occur in that it, you know, stimulates education. Right after we started this one, you know, community colleges started having courses in film. Canadian kids suddenly realized that if they wanted to be in the film business, they didn't have to travel to Los Angeles. It became a whole sort of situation that impacted everywhere. And of course, film being, you know, such a multifaceted, such a multidisciplinary thing, you know, impacts on all the arts. So it sort of, you know, worked out everywhere.
Great.
It's nice, yes.
And currently you are starting a new festival in Panama.
Because I'm still hooked on the beginning of this one. I really, it was a very exciting thing to start things. I only stayed actually on the board of this one, of TIFF, for the first 6 years or so. Because we're producers, I like to start things and get them ironed out and get them working. We're not administrators, and you know, to actually continue to run a situation like this and make it grow, it takes a whole different kind of talent than the talent that my partner and I have. So I will start Panama, do it for a little bit, and see if our, you know, my dotage by then might, you know, interfere with my plans. God never knows, right? I'm a septuagenarian now, so what the hell. Okay. And
you're living full-time in Panama as well?
Well, yeah, pretty much. I haven't yet got landed status. I'm not, but I think that will come in the next 6 months or so, yeah. But I'm living there now in a right downtown, or not downtown, in the old town, Casco Viejo of Panama City, which is just magic. I mean, there's architecture that goes back to the 1500s and the like, with a marvelous view over the ocean. It's just an awesome place to live. And I think it'll be an awesome place to have a film festival.
Wow, well, I look forward to hearing more about the Panama Film Festival. Is there a website where we can find more information on the Panama Festival?
Yeah, you can go to IFFPanama, IFFPanama.com. And while it's still very much in development, as we're a startup, the website's part of a startup as well, but there should be a lot more information than we've been able to cover so far here.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, Henk.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm KATIE UHLMANN reporting for TTN-HD Production Live.